And hello, Shark fans. This is your beloved soldier of the inverted cross, Rip, aka the full-blown freak show.
Hello.
Yes, back again with my girlfriend, and also I've lost track of if he showed up, but here he is, Oogie the Umbreon. He was in the earlier episodes. I think the last episode he was in was when we had special guest Thad. This guy showed up. That was the last time.
Aww.
But yeah, I did actually name him Oogie. After Oogie. I did a cover of that. Have you seen it yet?
Have I?
Have you?
I have.
Okay. It's been a while back. I did a bunch of movie covers.
I've heard you singing it otherwise.
Yeah, I sung it to you. Woohoo!
You're so cute.
Yes, I am. And so are you. Okay, what we were going to talk about is actually something she knows a lot about. Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Or Sonic Adventure 2.
Actually, Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, exactly that. See, I don't know anything about it. Okay, go ahead. It's yours. Go for it.
Go ahead.
Talk.
What do you want me to say?
Tell the good people about the game.
Were we talking about BioLizard or the game?
Well, we can talk about the game, and then you build the BioLizard. You build to that. Or as Sega would say now, what's a Sonic?
Yeah.
But, actually, yeah, didn't you beat the game with all 180 emblems before me?
Didn't I?
I think you did, and like a week later I did.
Yeah.
I actually beat...
Now I have to do it again.
Yeah, on Dreamcast.
Which is more difficult.
I actually did. I think I beat Cannon's Core.
Well, got rid of. They don't have the Cannon's Core one.
Yeah. The Cannon Core one, I actually, beat the 5 missions before you, but you got the A's before me. Because you were like, how was that possible? And then you sent me a picture of, then you got it with all A's and sent me a picture. I was like, how was that possible?
Yeah.
But actually then, when you start telling me what to do with it, it wasn't that difficult. Except the treasure hunting levels always sucked at.
I've always been really good at those. I get them instantly and I always get A's.
A little louder, baby.
Huh?
There we go, right there. Just like that. It was like a little louder, and you're like, huh? Perfect. But
just be screaming.
Like that. For our deaf audience.
Please don't make me do that.
Okay, I won't. Yeah. But
I'm really good at the treasure hunting ones, though. I always get A's.
I used to get like D's until I went online and cheated for the hard ones, and then just tried 500 times at the other ones.
Well, you can't really do the hard ones without looking it up.
The one I struggled the most was trying to get the 100 rings. That's what I hated.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Like, I think Death Chamber, was that what's called Knuckles level? That always was just like a nightmare to do.
I run around like a maniac until I find emeralds.
But yeah, the BioLizard thing was pretty awesome. I never realized how that could be, though, a prototype to Shadow.
It's not like...
I know it's
like prototype, it's not like...
their first attempt at it, you know what I mean?
It's not like their first attempt at making a hedgehog. It's like their first attempt at making like that kind of
life
support system.
Yeah.
Pretty much their goal is to make immortality.
Yeah, I remember that on the crappy cartoon.
Oh gosh.
They actually explained it more. Like Shadow was just like, oh, and they want to make eternal life. Oh, Maria. It was. I watched the Asian one, and like in the Asian one, they had part of it in English. And he was like, "Oh, and they researched to do eternal life, Hedgehog, Maria." That's what I made it. It's like Optimus Prime. I watched one of the Asian Transformers, and Optimus Prime is like talking Asian, like or Japanese. No offense. He's talking Japanese, and then he's just like, Autobots transform! And they just like there's no Japanese word for Autobots or transform.
They usually just add a U to the end.
It's somehow he's like transform. Like he puts stress on the A.
Yep, that's do it?
How do they do it with Unicron? Unicron you! That also reminded me. You know they couldn't call...
Unicron?
Yes. There was something I remember reading. They couldn't call Megatron Megatronus because that was already the Japanese word for Megatron. Like pre-war, they couldn't be like Megatronus or whatever. But actually, that new figure that's coming out, the IDW Megatron, is going to be Megatronus, even though it's not named that. Okay, back to Sonic Adventure 2.
Yes,
about BioLizard. Yes. Yeah, basically, let me put this in terms they'll understand. Okay. BioLizard, he's the hole. The arc, he's the stick. He gets stuck on the... That's some... Like, imagine in Transformers if the Combiner was just had something crammed up his ass. Like, Devastator! And it's like he had a big gun coming out of his ass. You know, I think they had one called a Raptor. I think actually it turned out that I don't think it was a Raptor. I think a lot of people say that to be funny, but actually there was a Transformer that I think he turned into a tank, and somehow the screws or something, or during assembly, it got swapped out, and instead of the tank turret going to the back of the like on his it was still going to be on his waist, but it's going to be on the back, like on his ass. And it would fold up. Instead, it's at an angle on the front of his crotch.
Oh.
And then when you press it, it splits in half.
Oh.
And it's like a turret comes out, like, oh, shit. That is... Well, the worst one I remember seeing was, there was a Megatron they made that turned into a dinosaur. A deluxe class one. Was it was I know it was the Beast Wars 10th anniversary or something like that, but then they redid it as just regular Megatron, and the key you press in robot mode is on his arm because that's where the tail goes, and it splits and a missile comes out. In dinosaur mode the gimmick still works, but the slot goes right between his legs, and when you press it the tail pops up.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, you think, I understand some things like Arachnid, its chest plate's coming off, and back then, the way they molded things, instead of there being holes on the figure, and like, you know, like the ports that connect for it to slide in, kind of like your Shockwave's gun, you know, it like comes off and there's a hole on his arm for it.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, the peg was on the actual robot, and the hole was in the weapon. Well... Yeah, and when her chest plate fell off, she had two big things sticking out of her chest. And also along somewhere in that line, they did a Cheetor that in cheetah mode, when you pressed his back, his hand swiped. And it was cool as a cheetah. But in robot mode, the gimmick still worked, and when you pressed it, his hand happened to be at his crotch, and it looked like he was, you know.
Yep.
Yep, and you could stand, and the best way...
Too much fun.
Yes, and you see, and collectors, the best way to display that is to put your topless Arachnid right in front of your jerk-off Cheetor. Like on your shelf, like, this is the fun shelf, and like have Megatron sitting on that key with it cramming up his ass. I think I did, I don't know if I said that on camera earlier, but the Megatron, remember the Who Dares Disrupt My Coronation from the G1 movie?
Oh my god.
Starscream on the toilet. And Megatron busts the door in, and Starscream's like, "Who dares disrupt my constipation? It is I, Starscream, with new Fiber One Chewy bars." All that stuff
now
Billy...
the whole world knows.
Or, yes, or that thing Billy Connolly was talking about. That he was like, "I'm going to invent a laxative and name it Shit Easy." That would be funny. I could hear Megatron like Frank Welker voicing him saying that. Like, it is I, Starscream, with this Shit Easy. Whoa, that was awesome. Prime. Okay, we got...
I don't have any fun voices.
Yeah, you do your own.
What?
Your own voice is fun.
No, my normal voice is just obnoxious.
Oh, we've got 13 seconds. Well, this is your beloved...
No!
Exactly.
Okay.
This is your beloved soldier of the inverted cross, Rip, a.k.a. the full-blown freak show, and my lady, signing off.